Hi, how y'all doing? My name's Ben, and today I am going to show you some tips and tricks for playing Nile Rodgers' guitar part from Thinking of You by Sister Sledge. So to start out, if you go on YouTube, well, you're already on YouTube, go look up Thinking of You Dimitri from Paris Remix. So this guy has brought out some of the guitar parts that were more in the background in the original recording and brought them to the foreground where you can hear them a little bit better. Also, there's another guy who's made a fantastic lesson based on this tune that covers the main, that kind of part from it. But I'm going to show you something a little bit different and fill in a couple gaps. So first, let's start with how does the song open up? Well, it sounds like this. All right, so real quick here, the chords move here, just goes from E flat major 7, goes to a B flat major 7, back and forth. So rather than just play the stock voicings here, this guy and this guy, you know, the bars are like this. What Nile's actually playing is he plays this guy straight, but then he goes and voices this one like a D minor chord, right? Because if you look at the notes that are actually on top, if you set that B flat on bottom, that's a pretty cool voicing for how to do that, and that lets him move between the chords a little bit quicker. So how's the turnaround thing here? This little lick here is, which is the B flat major 7 voicing here in this inversion. And then this is an F major triad, right? Then we're going to go to a D minor triad and then bring it down in inversions, which you can either play here like this or down here like this. So altogether it sounds something like this. All right, so the other key to this, you know, what the guy in the other video talked about is bounce. How do you get that going? So what's pretty cool here about what Nile plays is the bounce, which is really the forward motion. Every beat seems to be pushing into the next. It doesn't rush, but it has a constant torrent of momentum, you know, that just kind of keeps it going. So what's up with that? How does that work? Well, it turns out that swing is the easiest way to describe what's going, and that's really the background that Nile is coming from playing this kind of thing, which is if you play the part with exact straight eights, it's not going to swing, right? Those are, you know, that's not how it goes. So for each group of 16ths, each pair of 16ths back to back, the first 16th note is going to get about 55% of the time value, and the second one's going to get about 45% of the time value. And that's just going to give it that little bit of a swing there. You know, like if you think about Ringo Starr on Beatles records, everybody gives this guy a hard time, but he would play time like this. It wouldn't be 100% straight eights. It would just, you know, be just that much off that it humanizes it and makes it flow and have that forward motion. Or think about like Bernard Purdie playing, you know, his kind of freight train groove on guitar. You can go find that on YouTube too. You want to get that same kind of feel on the guitar so you can... So once you get that down, then you can combine that with the chords to get that groove going. So it's like... So the other point that I want to make here about how to do this is, if you have a choice between screwing up the time and screwing up the notes, screw up the notes. Now this is something, if you listen to Stevie Ray, he is the master of this thing. He would rather flub a note and keep the time right, which is exactly the right decision to make when you're playing rhythm guitar. Because the idea is, once you get that groove going and you have that kind of locomotive thing going, you don't want to break it up. You don't want to, shock the listener out of it. So, it's much better to, flub a note or something than it is to, get it right but come in just a little bit late, because that's going to mess up the groove. So that's really where the bounce comes from. And, just let me do it one more time real quick just so you get the idea. Well, that's the part, and I hope y'all have gotten something out of this. And check out my other videos. I got some more good lessons for you, and y'all have a good day now.